Hello all, welcome to Chronically Happy's Crafting Corner Chat. Before I even get started, I am in extreme pain in all over different places. I didn't get to sleep until really late, and then I woke up really late this afternoon, and the pain is just bad, and I have somewhere to be later, and it's now 4 p.m. and I finally just got like fully changed and dressed for the day. 4 p.m. yo, 4 p.m. It's because I've been trying to deal with really after my last few trips and taking beads with me, I still have like a full bag I still need to sort through, and probably buy another flipping container for, in all honesty. Because that's a lot, and there's a lot of different shapes in there, and I like to do color and shape. So I'm going to need pretty much a whole new container just for those beads alone. And then I have these other beads that I'm taking apart from previously made bracelets that I bought via stores. I'm going to cut them apart and reimagine them into how I want to make them. So I'm just taking apart other people's stuff, stores, production line stuff. I'm using the parts as I please. So I just wanted to show you all that. Taken apart, I have these Dragon Ball Z bracelets. I think these are probably my favorite out of them. They're already bracelets, but yep, I'm going to cut them apart and find compartments to put those beads in. So when I'm ready to make my Dragon Ball Z stuff, I have those available. Along with these ones, I have to cut apart off of these keychains, but also keep the extra ring so I can use them on my own jewelry. I'm going to try and keep some of the hardware in case I ever decide to go into making other things with clips. I will have many clips available, and I finally got my beads ready to color in the rest of all the QR codes. We actually did getting the green to work at a certain resolution, and it just took way too long though. I think my nephew thinks, since it wasn't like outlined with another color, kind of like these have like a gray line around it. Like if the barcode could have just been like that color or something, at least minimum, or like a way to like define the edges of the green, I think it would have had an easier time finding it. Even though it still did work, they need to be black. They don't as soon as they get close to the black ones, any rotation of it, like the QR code thing pops up. So I'm very glad that I finally got those tools, and they're going to be part of the dispensary QR code first line of business bracelets. I think that's what I'm going to name the business bracelets. It is going to have necklaces and stuff too, so I like just business bracelets. I like the name of it, like the BB, and then do some kind of like logo with a BB for it, and in my own kind of design, because I think that was going to be one of my jobs that I was going to go for college, was graphic design. But after being in the Navy and learning all the hours behind the computer that was really harming me more than helping me, no matter how ergonomic I sat, I can't sit at a desk for very long. So knowing that I'm already in pain, I need to make sure to have a good meal in me before I get started on this project. And by the time I even really probably go to sit down and to do this, I have to be like an organized person. I have to do things in a certain order, not like ritualistic, but like I just, I feel like there's a logical order to things. I have my chaotic organization that works for me, and boom, 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 boom. I have a little bit of OCD about it. But I want to get this jewelry cut apart today. That is my goal. So I can have a fresh day of jewelry making one of these days this week. Wednesday I got appointments first thing. So tomorrow I got chiropractic first thing in the morning. And then Thursday I think I might be free. But it may end up being a rest day because I'm freaking exhausted from this week already. I am in some kind of flare. I'm in a autoimmune flare. And I know it's triggered by my stress and my grief and things that I've been dealing with. I held in my feelings for a little too long, so it's starting to physically affect me. And so that's when I'm like, okay, let's feel my feelings be, and did the whole video yesterday. So for those of you that watch, awesome. For those of you that want to watch or don't watch, whatever, it's there. I posted yesterday. I feel your feelings kind of video. I don't like to bring people's name, into my business, and I don't like talking about people, the drama. I don't like drama at all, and I will now avoid any drama with her since I cut her off on social media. We still have each other's phone numbers, so if she really needs something, she can reach out for your phone call. But I'm not reaching out to her ever again. If I ever talk to her again, it's because she tried to get a hold of me. So, now that I feel confident in my decision, and I'm glad that I made that decision, and I finally did do the unfriend button yesterday, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. But I ended up staying up half the night gaming until like 4 o'clock this morning. And I had like tears going down my face, like my eyes were watering and stuff. I had, goopy eyes because I was straining them from being on the game for too long. I wanted to get some challenges accomplished. Yes, I'm okay. Got a Facebook Messenger pop up asking if I'm okay. But it's nice to know that people care, and I know that he cares. So I'm glad that he's asking. I'll get to him. He's got to wait until I do my video stuff, and he'll understand. It's just because I haven't been on the social medias like I was for like several days trying to process my grief, or trying to procrastinate processing my grief. In all honesty, I was keeping myself busy with my social media. But then, even then, I have to take a step back from my social media once in a while, and I need to go do things in real life. And I want to have a life, and I don't want to spend all my time on social media. I feel like there's a good balance to it in life, and it's always there when I need it. And for those faithful followers, thank you so much for following me, and for all you newbies, welcome. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. A lot of people's attention spans really don't go past 10-minute videos very far. I'm one of those people that I will watch somebody's video like this for and several hours of them. But then I too, have to take a break, and that's why I don't have so much of a routine with my posting. But routine and consistency is good to maintain a good relationship with you, my followers. So I will try to get into a better routine and maybe announcements and beefing up my page little by little. But I'm going to do more of that kind of stuff during the winter when I am going to be stuck indoors. And that's when I'm going to need social media the most, is those winter dark months that I just can't really go anywhere because it really hurts my body. I mean, even though I'm in pain in different ways right now, I'm more hypermobile, I'm more flexible, so I can more easier correct a lot of these things in my alignment without necessarily doing my own adjustments, but things and breathing and meditation really help to loosen things up enough that I can potentially get the right movement with the right on my foam roller. So I had that set up, and that's what I'm about to do before I sit here for however long and do my jewelry making. First things first, I'm going to be coloring all of these QR codes. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to laying on that foam roller and getting my back and neck and everything to start feeling a little bit better, in a better position. If I can just reposition them a little bit, those bones and inside the joints that are faulty and loose and ligaments not able to keep things. I keep getting these what my chiropractor calls splint muscles in my back, where they splinter off because something like shifted. I don't know if that's a real technical term, medical term. I haven't really looked into it, but for me to be able to explain it much, because I don't quite understand it myself, but I understand what it feels like. So I'll just go with what he tells me, and everything he tells me lines up perfectly, and anatomy-wise, when things happen, when he adjusts me and puts me back in place, I can feel things immediately in my hands, in my wrist, in my feet, in my ankles, in my kneecaps, like everywhere where there's like a junction. There's stuff going on. I'm in an autoimmune flare right now, and I know from my red blood cell count being low, I have some kind of anemia. It's autoimmune anemia, pretty much. So whenever I'm in a flare like this, my body decides to destroy. Oh, that's not a bitch. I went outside the line. I hope that doesn't mess up the QR code. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that off. Maybe some goop off. Oopsie. I got a little bit above there. That's not supposed to be there. So, yeah, hopefully I can fix that later. Hopefully it still works. I was afraid of that. I don't have very good fine motor skills like this. Like, it's tedious work. My eyes are like going double just trying to look at this with my astigmatism in both eyes. It really messes with me. And with the medication that I'm on, it does mess with the optic nerves and stuff. So, and I'm supposed to have repeat like every 6 months eye exams, but insurance don't want to cover that. I mean, if I really fought for it, yeah, I could get it covered if it became a big deal, but everything was a big deal with VA. It was ridiculous. Everything was a huge deal. I got sent to collections so many times. I'm still in collections right now because of a VA bill. Now there's a hospital in Vegas. That's when I went to the ER there for my birthday. I did the emergency VA line, so I don't know if they're not used to billing the VA correctly or what, but they're sending me the bill, and I have a feeling they're going to send me to collections the next month or two, too, if the VA don't get on their freaking schedule. They're so behind processing claims. I'm just now getting stuff from beginning of May processed, because I got just the explanation of benefits in the mail from the VA yesterday. And then I filed it away immediately because I'm paying attention to my bills coming in. I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing the jolting thing, even though I hate freaking paperwork. Most annoying thing in the world to me. And I have my dad listening to music next door. That's how far I've gotten, though. Getting there, guys. So it's my cousin's birthday today. My mom's identical twin, her daughter. So technically, genetically, half sister. Just because her moms shared the same DNA, being identical twins. We just have different fathers. genetically. So there's a lot of characteristics that are similar. But she's a lot taller. She took a lot after her dad's side. I took a lot after my dad's side. Short people. I'm 5'4". Alright, almost on the last one, guys. Almost there. Thanks for joining me while I colored one in. Before I got on the foam roller, before I ate my big meal. I just wanted to get one accomplished at least, you know. It's just, this is going to be so time consuming, and I got to figure out what works. Hopefully this works too. Oops, I missed a little bit of green over here. Yeah. That could be darker. This is a plastic that doesn't really like felt marker very much. It almost like beads up and waters up a little bit, but once it dries, it sticks fine. So I think I got all the pieces of it. I'll test it out with my phone after I get off video here. So I'm going to lay on the foam roller. Let me point out before I do what areas are in particular hurting. So it's right up through here. Up through here. So it's all starting because of this T1 junction between the bottom of the cervical vertebra. And then this is the transition T1, C7. And that is where I'm really jacked up. And that is where it messes with all the nerves that go up and down your arms. Because it all wraps around underneath and through and down over the top. And all the muscles and ligaments attached and wove throughout all that, throughout all the nerves and stuff. Yeah, I've been having a lot of nerve pain lately. And it's my faulty collagen, my connective tissue, is just wearing out and degenerating even faster. I believe the only thing that will help it is some kind of prolotherapy, but you can't put that in between anything like that and where my body is at, but some stem cells would essentially really help that regrowth, help it regrow there. The protective areas, it could help fill that in. But it would take a lot, and I don't have that kind of money. I wish I could apply for more like medical kind of scholarships through the EDS Society. I just have to look and just the editing, the writing, and having to sit here to type it all up. It hurts. It hurts me physically. And then the physiological stress from having to recount some of the problems that I've had and encountered along the way, bringing up old feelings that I don't know that I may have processed enough or not. But it just depends on how much sleep I got for the day, you know, how strong I can be mentally. You just got to work at it and keep going. Right now I'm getting a whole bunch of red dots everywhere, like rash, like eruptions, and it's just because these chemicals and, you know, the bad eating I've been doing, it's now coming out my pores. I was sweating, really having bad night sweats the other night, while I slept. But yeah, in particular right here in my neck. And he also never adjusts my neck because of my Chiari malformation, which means my cerebellum, part of my brain, is coming out the bottom part of my skull that has the same opening, which is the same opening in the base of the skull, like the actual skull. Like, there's only so much room for the spinal cord to attach to the brain, and when it's pulling it down on one side more than the other, it's kind of crowded in there. So you can imagine if I turn my head certain ways, and if its vertebra is out slightly because of my bulging discs pressing on the spinal cord, I'm getting all kinds of neurological problems and nerve pains throughout my entire everything. I can feel everything immediately after he adjusts me into place, like everything, like I can feel like dull, like pulsing sensations in my body. And it correlates to the muscle group that got released that attaches to that vertebra. I'm the top 1% of people that can actually, like, definitely pinpoint it, and it's because of communicating while I'm doing the adjustment, so I can understand what that sensation means. It means it's just kind of my body's adjusting to where, and I can feel it. I can feel the adjusting after he moves some things. It's just amazing what I've learned with chiropractic and helping me realign myself. If I just left myself unaligned, things would continue to stop working and getting bunched up and getting so much arthritis built up that it's going to fuse itself, and I can't stop moving. If I stop moving, that happens, and that's more opportunity for things to get stuck, like these nerves that are coming out throughout that thoracic up here. I just want the pain to stop, guys. It's rarely I cry about my pain, but it's just getting bad. And the time is coming where I gotta line up everything with the doctor in New York. I've got to message her. I've got to call. My medical PTSD has me procrastinating. I'm focusing on other things, but I do need to focus on my bead business as well. There is a balance to things. I need to be able to do it all. For my own sanity, really. I just want this pain to stop while I sleep so I can actually get a good night's rest without having to wake up. And then the inflammation all damn day long makes it so hard to function and do anything. Then I want to just lay there, but then I'm laying in the wrong position still, and then it hurts me more. So my bed is a good and a bad thing. That's why I have to do the foam roller, and I'm doing it for myself because I'm fighting for myself to stop being in pain. I have to do I have to do whatever it takes. And if that means taking 1 to 2 hours laying here, standing up, until slowly it decides to pop into a position that's more comfortable so I can bear it while I walk around throughout the day until I can get it aligned tomorrow morning. I was trying to adjust to going only 1 day a week again to the chiro, but here's my deep breathing beginning. It's good for me to do this. I should be doing this with binaural beats. It'll help me heal even better with the frequency and stuff with the headphones and everything. I got a little bit of shifting in my middle back. I'm trying to sit on the foam roller on my tailbone to shift the alignment of my pelvic bone into a better position potentially. I need to ask my chiropractor the time frame it takes, because when he blocks my hips, they just naturally just fall into the position they're supposed to be in without any adjustment. Yeah, as I keep doing my SI joints though, my SI joints are just jacked. They're so stretched out. I feel it in my uppers. I feel it like painful in the back, and I feel it going over the top of my shoulder blade, over the top of my shoulder, into my neck, and down through here. Like everything through here is tied up somehow with something. And it's usually the first rib being out. Because we didn't adjust it when I was there last time. We left it. But I had to leave it alone. Because in order to leave it alone, I think I finally got that other thing in my middle back to go back in. It either went back in or back out, I don't know. But I think this is the unraveling of what was jacked up with that. because I felt that pop earlier today when I moved and twisted in bed and breathed wrong. Or right, whatever it is, but there goes a couple more pops. Because of my heating pad on my foam roller, it's holding the vertebra in the position it needs to align. So when I take a breath out, because of the position it was just at, so it takes the muscle memory. So what I'm doing is I'm using muscle memory is right where it's at right now is where it needs to go. So as I go to sit up, I take a breath out, and it essentially tilts the vertebra back in or out or too far. It's one of the three things. It's either goes in or stays out. There was another pop in the middle. I have to move my top part of the body. I have to use the lower part of my body, my core, to try and lift up my legs, just like I was lifting my upper part of my body up a second ago. So I can align it from both ends, the top of the spine and the bottom of the spine. Oh, so painful. Especially my neck. Because of this top rib being out. But this is what I was hoping we would unravel on Monday and be able to get. But no, we're going to have to take 3 days this week to get my whole body back into alignment. And hopefully I can just go back to Wednesday next week. Legs. I have shorts on, but I have to lift my legs up. I'm lifting like the tail part of my tailbone up in order to get this. And then I like to lay here like this, kind of like I'm sitting in a chair, but letting gravity kind of push down on my knees, because my knees are straight above my hips. So since it's right above my hips, I'm letting gravity do the work, kind of like what blocks do for my pelvic bone. I'm letting gravity do it for me while I'm strengthening those muscles in my core and part of my legs to hold them up. Multiple things here to try and realign myself on my foam roller. Because once you can release the bottom from being hooked up, you can release the top from being hooked up. And then it also leaves room for the middle to be able to be adjusted. Sometimes I just don't know what order we have to go in to unravel it all. And only time shows me, time and time again, that it's different almost every flipping time. And it's never the same. Because it depends on what I do. It depends on how I walk, how I sit, how I stand, how I lay while I sleep. My pain all depends on that. And I have no control over that while I sleep. I try to fall asleep in a comfortable position, and I wake up a whole bunch in the night to have to change positions. And hopefully I don't get stuck into the wrong position because of the way I was laying for a long time, just like what I'm doing with the foam roller. Time is my enemy and also my friend. Allowing myself enough time to do these things is the problem. And it's not my priority when I should be my own priority with my self-care, with realignment. For EDS, realignment matters. Oh, I'm so off balance. So when I go to stand up and I put my weight on the heels of my feet and I go to stand, I should have no problem standing up. But if I falter either forward or backward, I do have some kind of rotation and hip issue right now with alignment. It tells me I'm off of alignment. because I've been leaning too far forward for too long of a time, and either by sitting or standing or walking. I feel it up through here to the base of my skull. Everything is so tight, and that's like some of the stress muscles. So because of whatever stress, so if I don't feel my feelings and how the stress reside inside my body, it decides to do that to me, tighten up, and then it pulls my top ribs out of place, and then it makes everything below that hurt. And then I have all the nerve pain and my hands going numb while I sleep, and I wake up like trying to wake it up because it can get stuck in the out position with that nerve there. So if I don't fix it right away, it can get stuck there and become a problem, and I need surgery. My chiro almost got me stuck in an out position with the nerve, and I'm like, no, you better fix that and move that again. It is not right. And he did it again, and he just asking about carpal tunnel, or I told him about carpal tunnel. He's like, you were diagnosed, were you? I'm like, yes, I was. And he's like, oh, poop, poop, got it out. So, yeah, communication is key, and learning and understanding how your body works or malfunctions like mine. I know how mine malfunctions. I've been living it every single day. And 3 days a week, I'm trying to get it un-effed, basically. Just un-effed. Like 3 days a week right now. My bill is astronomical. Like, as soon as I pay the $500 down, I'm going to be racking up probably that much into another 2 months. I had to just, like, really throw almost all my money at it to get it, like, knocked off, because I continuously use it, just like with my credit cards. I make payments and I still use it after that and rack it back up. This cycle I'm in right now, because I can't afford to live. I can't afford to live like I want to live right now. So hopefully this bead business will take off, and that's why the need for me to really get started on that, and also really get started because August is coming near, and I can't F around anymore, and August is full of a schedule of things to do. All kind of festivals every weekend, you know. I want to enjoy life and go to these fests and do these things. Experience things that I've never done before. Go to places I've never been. So I don't want to be stuck in bed with this flare. So I'm in this flare, and I have to have the right balance of energy, rest, ratio. So I'm going to eat something and rest, and then hopefully get some work done. If not, that's okay. I did quite a bit of organizing of my beads already today, and now I'm almost ready to just sit down and do this. So now I'm prepared. Now I'm ready, and everything isn't cluttered and just kind of chaotic. I can't work under chaotic, unorganized situations. Everything's got to be in the rightful places, and if they aren't really in the rightful places and they aren't in their spot yet, I don't want to get started, because when I'm all in, and I'm going to boom, 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 knock it out. I'll have the inspiration, because it won't be unorganized. I've got to have organization, and I'm just not quite there yet with my beads. Again, I've ordered too much again, and I just need more storage. So on the 1st, that's the first thing I'm going to do, is pay as much as I can to the chiro, and then get some bead storage. Pay down my bills. Even if I need to pay them down. It's getting out of control, as my health is not feeling the greatest. As you can see, I have these bags under my eyes. Oh, no. I'm not answering that call. Stupid telemarketer. Which reminds me, yesterday my phone said telemarketer, and I answered the phone, and they said blah blah blah, and they said my dad's name because he's on the main person on the account. I am still on a family plan. But I'll be switching off that soon if I can afford to pay off my freaking phone anytime soon with all the rest of the bills I have to pay off. All these extra things. The trailer registration, I'm 2 months behind trying to pay, and you know, I gotta get these taillights done. I need to call and harass them about it, and I haven't done that yet. But it's because I'm busy doing this other stuff. I'm busy trying to take care of myself, my own self-care, you know, do one thing at a time. And just taking my time, just doing what I love, you know, living life. Doing my thing, playing my games. I loved playing my games all night, but yeah, I took a toll for getting anything much done today. Now I need to recoup that energy. Hopefully go to bed early tonight, but probably not because I want to play some video games with my friend because it's the last night of the season, so I want to get some banging around in with him first before the season ends. I have no money for the new freaking battle pass. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining me for Crafting Corner. I am all set up. I mean, just, like I said, I wanted to show you my cool setup for my beauty. I'm ready to get this stuff knocked out. So, got this stuff ready to go. So, peace out, y'all.